All right, we good.
We straight?
Here we go.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. Network. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, welcome to another wonderful Sunday. It's me, the coach. To my right, I have Bishop. What's up, Bishop?
What's going on, Coach? How you doing this morning? WGO. What's good? What's good? What's good?
Man, I'm doing good, man. It was a rough Sunday and a Monday for me, and then it finished it on Thursday. But I am doing good today. Ready to get my picks and do better than I did last week.
I know you tried to throw some jabs at me talking about my picks. I don't think anybody picks did that well last week, to be honest with you.
You're right, but guess what? They were better than yours, sir. They were better than yours.
I took some chances last week. I can't lie. I took some chances.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, if you picked all the underdogs last week, guess what? The underdogs won last week.
You was a win-win. Yeah, you was a win-win.
Yeah, so all the underdogs were winning.
Especially if you bet it. Especially you're a betting person. Oh, you won some money last weekend on some real.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, so today we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna do a little different this week.
Okay.
Because this is the first week you can actually say every day there was something going on. Every day there was something happening.
In fact,
there was always a complaint, or it was an injury, or hey, someone came back, or it was a signing.
Right.
So we're gonna start this Monday. We're gonna start with the Monday Night Football game.
Okay.
Chicago Bears and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The talk of the town. The taunting penalty. So you tell me, what's your take? What you think about this taunting penalty?
So we talked about it briefly in the morning, ASAP in the morning. I think it was Tuesday morning when we spoke briefly about this taunting penalty. With me, Coach, is crazy, right? With this taunting penalty, I feel like, and like I said on that show, was the fact of the matter is, I feel like there's no guidelines on what the taunting penalty could be penalized for. With that being said, I feel like it's up to the discretion of the official, and I feel like there's too much of a gray area. I feel like because we looked at the video, I'm sure we all seen the video when the ref clearly stuck his butt out and allowed the young man to bump into him. And just like the young man said, if it was him and it was the other way around, he probably would have got ejected from the game just because he got too close. But for me to answer your question, I feel like the taunting, I don't feel like personally what happened on Monday was a taunting penalty. Now, don't get me wrong. They said the purpose for the flag was the fact of the matter. The fact of the matter is that he walked toward the sideline. Okay, the man took 3 to 4 steps toward the Steelers sideline. However, not one word came out of his mouth. All he did was give him a look. Come on, man. Really, are we really going to change the momentum of a game because of a look? Seriously, man. I feel like that was just a little too far-fetched. I feel like that was just a little too much to throw a flag for. And like I said on Tuesday, what would it have hurt for the ref to be like, hey, when he walked by him, instead of sticking his butt out, why he couldn't say, hey, look, don't do that again. I'm going to let you slide this time, but the next time I'm pulling my flag. I'm pulling my flag. That's just me, man. I mean, you try to do your best. And I'm an official. I officiate football games, basketball games, softball games, things like that. So I know that sometimes you may get caught in the moment. Sometimes you find yourself doing things and we miss penalties. Being an official, I see it now. I understand how you can miss penalties. You can't see each and everything. However, you do your best due diligence to try and keep the game fair. You try to keep the game in control. And by doing that, you do things like that and allow the player to make up his mistake. And by doing that, you talk to him. You let him know, hey, don't do that again, man. Next time I'm gonna penalize you. You do it again after that. And another thing I said, you can allow these players in the beginning game. That's the whole purpose. I don't know if you officiate, coach, but I'm sure you're a coach, so you know how it is. At the beginning of the game, don't you have a coin toss, especially for football? You have an opportunity then to let everybody know, hey, this is what will and will not be tolerated during this game. If you do this, and this, the flag is coming out. If you do that, and that, a flag is coming out. We will not tolerate a whole lot of talk. Let's not be disrespectful on this field. And we can get this game going and we can have a fair game, guys, fellas, whatever, young men, whatever, girls, however, whatever. I feel like there's ways to prevent it. So I don't agree with it.
All right, Bishop. I'm an old school guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you, like my old head football coach when I was in high school, Bill Harper.
Mm-hmm.
He said there's 3 things you can't control when playing a sport.
Okay.
At one, because it's football, you can't control the temperature.
Facts.
Which is the weather.
Facts.
You can't control the fans.
Facts.
And you can't control the refs.
Facts.
So by saying that, TJ Watts got 3 sacks. He didn't get a taunting penalty.
True.
Because one thing about it is the rule states you can't look at the other team. You can look at the fans, you can talk to the fans, you can do all these things, but you can't look at the other team. When you notice when guys get sacks, they run behind the quarterback and they're facing the end zone and they do their little dance and they stare there. It's not a penalty. It's when he did his little roundhouse kick and looked straight ahead. You know what would happen? Nothing. He did his roundhouse kick. He turned around. He walked and he stared at the team like, yeah, I just did that. Now get off the field. You can say what you want. You can say he looked. That wasn't a look. That wasn't a look. That was a stare.
Okay, a stare. Is a stare not a look though? A type of look? Is it not?
Yeah, it's a different. But what'd you say? You said look.
Well, when I say look, I'm saying
you say look.
Sideline.
Look, when you say look, you keep it blank. Hey, that can go any kind of way. But when you stare, it's just like right now. Right now. Look, here you go. Look, bitch, I'm looking at you right now. If I'm looking at you like this, what you think? Like, okay, something wrong with him.
Okay, got it.
Now I look at you like, Bishop, what's up, baby? What you think?
You using words. You using words. There's
okay, I want to use the word.
Okay.
2 different things, right?
Facts. I'll give you that.
Two different things. So he was wrong for the flag. He deserved the flag. I truly believe it. He deserved the flag.
Okay.
Because that's the regardless of the situation, you can say, oh, that's taking football, that's taking out of the game, and da. That's part of the football. That's the rule. Now, I do agree with you. He shouldn't have hip checked the guy or whatever he was trying to do. I don't know. He was old. It was cold. He couldn't move fast enough.
Oh, no, come on. Don't you do that, coach. Don't you do that. Don't you do that.
I don't know.
Do that.
But I do know, regardless of the situation, the NFL is going to back these refs.
Of course.
One, they're under the umbrella. 2, there's a shortage of refs.
Facts.
So they have to back, regardless of the situation. But I'm a big believer in this. They are human beings. They're not robots. Sometimes they just react.
Mistakes can be made. Get it. Got it. Get it. Got it.
Oh.
But at the same time, though, coach, right is right and wrong is wrong. So if this is the problem I have. Okay, if you throw the flag for the fact of taunting, got it. I feel like that ref should have got some type of reprimand for what he did.
So what do you think?
So, a fine, something, so that the players know that that the refs don't get away with murder. And not saying it's murder, but don't get away with stuff like that. Because if it was like he said, if it was the other way around, the player would have got fined or suspended or whatever. You have to be fair when it comes to the NFL and that umbrella. You got to be fair all the way around the board. And it was clear. It was clear that like you said, he hip checked it. He hip checked him. So make it fair all the way across. So
let me ask you this: How do we know?
How do we know what?
That he didn't get fined or get in trouble or anything.
That's the problem. We should know. If he did, we should be able to hear. But
you got to realize something too.
Mhm.
They every game they get judged, they get marks and everything else. Because at the end of the day, you're trying to make what?
Money.
Like just like the NFL, they're trying to make money. But just like the players, they're trying to referee the playoffs, the Super Bowl.
Bigger games, right? More
They
money.
trying to, those are the games. Even in high school, you said you're a ref.
Mhm.
Regular season games, that's cool, but everybody knows when you get to the playoff games, that's where your money is as a
Facts.
ref.
Facts.
You get big money in the ref. So one thing about it is he might not be hurt now, but that could hurt him in the later run for a playoff game. Because whoever's watching him, whoever's looking at him said, hey, say, man, you're wrong for this. So therefore, we can't. I mean, you're gonna find a ref what, $500? Come on.
Yeah, I don't know how much a ref. I don't know how much
They don't make. I mean, they make.
They may probably a decent amount. I ain't gonna say it's enough to probably live off of, but
No, I'm just saying you're not finding them like you do an NFL player.
of course not. No,
So
but some type of reprimand. Like I said, it don't even necessarily have to be a fine. Just like you said, it could be the fact that he won't be able to officiate the next game or won't be able to officiate in the playoffs. But the players need to be able to see that. The players need to be able to know that this is about to happen. You know what I'm saying? On that ref, I get there's somebody over the whole official organization. I get it. Like you said, they do have eyes on them. They're being graded to whether or not, because like you said here, same thing. If you do well enough on the field with the regular season games, yes, you do get that opportunity to go to the playoffs, postseason, the championship games, or whatever. However, I get it, but at the same token, the players need to be able to know that, hey, that ref right there, he did, whether he got fined, whether he got you suspended for a few games or whatever. However, they need to see that he got reprimanded, like for something, for what he did, because they would have definitely put it in the limelight. $205,000 a year.
That's what. Yeah, they make about that much.
That
Yeah, they make. That's why I was saying they're six figures. I just didn't know the exact number. Thank you, Anthony.
Appreciate that, Mr. Price. Yeah, but so fine them $10,000. Yeah, why not? Yeah, fine them $10,000.
But we don't. But that's the thing, though. We don't know because, like, usually, and this is the honest truth. Me being a coach, there's refs that I see on a regular. Like I said, there's refs that coach that does football. Shoot, I went to my son's game on Thursday, basketball, and I saw one of the old football refs. I went over there at halftime and said, "Hey, man, what's up, man?" Because you kind of know, because you see the usuals, you have conversations, you introduce yourself.
Right.
You know, they're human just like that.
Yeah, you build
yeah. So we don't know. I don't know if they told the NFL like, "Hey, he's not reffing this week," or that. Because I don't know if it's a shortage. That's the thing about it. And when it comes to referees, I know even at the high school level, there's a shortage, especially during basketball season because it's indoors. I've seen 19-year-old kids refereeing basketball games right now because you got a lot of your vets out because of the COVID situation.
Right.
I think with that referee, I think he gets hit in the long run because they want the best refs for the playoffs. They want the best refs because if you think about it, even this game, when 12 o'clock hit today, we're not talking about this game anymore. Like we're not even living off this. So it's over with and everybody's on to the next week. So they just trying to show face and they knew NFL ain't stupid. They know something's gonna be dumb and something's gonna happen. Just like, hey, Tuesday came around. Everybody was like, okay, OBJ, he's a free agent. Yeah. Where is he going? Look, we always said, hey, I say the Ravens, I see the Chiefs, let's go Packers. We was like Patriots, the Raiders. I heard the Seahawks. I even said the Saints. And then somebody, just for kicks and giggles, the Cowboys. I was like, no.
Yeah, we knew that one going up here.
And then we know for a fact where they weren't gonna go because Freddie just said this. Them goddamn Eagles. But hey, but the thing about it is, he went to the team where everybody goes to. They out here playing Madden.
Yeah.
Hey,
they an all-star team right now. But this is the thing, right? Because it's funny you say that because I watched something last night, Coach, in regards to another person that got signed this week, which was Cam Newton.
Yes,
And
sir.
three of the things, I know we're gonna talk about it, but three of the things in which he was on his list that he asked for when they asked him, what are you looking for when it comes to a team signing you, before he got signed, of course, back with Carolina, he said, I'm looking for contention, a team that can contend. His exact words was, once he said contention, he said ching ching. He said a team where I can win the starting position, ching ching. And then he said, what was the third one? The third one was I forget. It was another one, and he was like ching 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 ching. So we all knew. I would say we all, for the majority of us, knew that OBJ was going to go to a team that was going to be in contention. That he wasn't going to go to no slouch team. I'm sure he felt like he's been in the league long enough to not go to a team who didn't have a opportunity to make it in the postseason. Now, him going to the Rams, like I said, now they are an all-star team for real. Like the odds of them have drastically went up for them to make it to the Super Bowl. Now that they've got weapons full circle, defensively, offensively, a quarterback in Matthew Stafford who's playing lights out. And I'm kind of I'm happy for him. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy for him. Now, my thing is, or my question to you, Coach, is he going to carry whatever he had in Cleveland over to the Rams and be a cancer, like a lot of people say? I'm not saying he is, but a lot of people feel like OBJ is a drama queen and a cancer to an organization. Do you feel like he's going to take that over to LA?
Hold it one real quick. Let me bring Trey in. What's up, Trey?
What up, Trey? Y'all better say something about his stuff too, man. Y'all better say something about that nonsense he got on his head.
Hey, we're talking about
Freddie, I better see something down there at the bottom, Freddie. I better see something about that 49ers junk he got on his head.
Hey, so Bishop, to answer your question, he doesn't have a choice but to do right. Here's why.
Okay.
Because he's on a 1-year deal.
Right.
What he's trying to do is he's trying to build his brand back up. He went to the Rams because he knows, for one, going to the Rams, he knows he's gonna make the playoffs. Because they gotta win maybe 4 or 5 more games in their end for sure. But just now it's all about seeding. So he knows they're gonna make the playoffs. 2, he knows he has a good offensive minded coach that can help him. That's going to give him the ball any means necessary. If that means a jet sweep, that means a screen, that means a vertical, because he's not the number 1 threat. He's the number 2.
Right.
Because you got Cooper Kupp over there just running great routes. But on top of all of that, he's trying to get his next check. Were you trying to, and I'm not talking about your big check, because he's still 28, so he still got 5 more years. He can still find a 4 to 5 year contract and make at least $8 or $9 million.
Easy.
If he messed this up with McVay, now you're talking about $2 to $3, $4, $5 million. Kind of like how AB how AB last year, small check. This year, $5 million. Now it's going to get to the point where his money's about to start going back up a little bit, because he's like, everybody's like, oh, he's good. He's respectful. He's this and he's that. So I think AB is going to be the best behavior. And they're winning. Man, winning solves everything. When the Browns was winning, you didn't hear nothing from AB not getting the ball. It's when you lose 3 or 4 games in a row and you're not touching the ball. I see you thinking.
I agree. I totally agree with that. I feel like this is a make or break contract for OBJ. With these last few games in which they got to play, it's going to determine whether or not, he stays in LA or LA releases him, or another team picks him up. I feel like he does, like you, Coach. I feel like he got a lot left in the tank, as long as he can stay healthy and away from injuries. I think that's going to be the key fact. We know the Rams had just got rid of Deshaun Jackson like the week prior, so bringing in OBJ kind of was a flip flop. They got rid of Deshaun and then went right behind and got OBJ, which is of course is an upgrade, because we know LaShawn Jackson is on the decline. He stay injured. He can't stay on the field. So, but I totally agree with everything in what you're saying, Coach. Yeah, I feel like he is trying to get his money. He definitely needs to get his money. But does he deserve that big contract?
It's the brand. You're trying to build the brand because this is what you got to realize. One thing about the Rams, how the Rams do everything. Rams don't have depth.
True.
They don't have depth. That's just like if any of their key players get out, it's not a second string on a normal team behind them. You're talking about a third or fourth guy on normal teams because they spend all their money on these big name players to make plays. They don't have the depth. So when what's the name got hurt, they're still back to 2 receivers. They got 2 receivers, 1 tight end, and they have a running back offensively. Like that third guy, he's a rookie, 6 round, 7 round draft pick. Like you don't have the depth. And even if you look last year when Aaron Donald got hurt, there was no pass rush last year in the playoffs against the Packers. Because that he is the guy, and that's the thing where people got to realize they have no choice but to try to get him to come because they need. I mean, if anybody goes down in that receiver core, man, you're in trouble because that changes the whole scheme of how they play defense and how they play offense. Also,
yeah, the whole dynamics. Yeah.
So one of the things which I look at was like Coach had of course, y'all both have very good points. But so answer me this, right? So let's take like you just said, the depth. They have a receiving core. We know it's prevalent that they have more than 3 or 4 receivers that's in their receiver room. So just like other teams, those people are built from getting the reps and making a name for themselves. So are we saying that the Rams don't have that in their the receiver room currently?
when I look at the Rams, this is how it works. What's his name that got hurt? He towards ACL.
Robert Woods.
Robert Woods was that jet sweep guy. That was I'm gonna block this linebacker. I'm gonna crack on this end. You're gonna check down with me. Cooper Kupp is the double move. He runs double move routes. Like they all fit for what McVay wanted them to run. And now even having OBJ, if Robert Woods was there, all OBJ was going to be was another Deshaun. He's going to be that drag across the middle. He's going to control the middle of the field when that tight end clears him out.
Yeah.
So but here's the thing. Once you take Cooper Kupp out, there's no more double moves. So now you got a guy that doesn't run the double move as good.
Now OBJ got to beat the defense with the route tree.
Yes, and then now that other guy, that's that third or fourth guy. Listen, they're in the NFL. Don't get me wrong, they're good. They're good guys. They're good. When they was in college, they were good. That's why they're there. But they can't run the double move. They can't do the things that Cooper Kupp can. So therefore, you can change your defense. Like you have to have a safety over the top with Cooper Kupp because that corner has to play underneath everything. If he runs just a regular slant, that's the thing that makes it different. That's the thing. Like even if you go, and I'm going to another team, you take the Chiefs. They have vertical threats, but they don't have a guy that controls the middle of the field like they did last year.
Agreed.
Like you got to have a balance of all, and I don't think the Rams have a balance. Even if you look at Tampa Bay, they have a balance. You got a deep threat with Evans. You got AB when he's healthy. He runs the routes. He runs routes. You got Gronk going across the middle, and you got Godwin dragging across. So it's a balance of what you got and what you trying. How are you trying to attack the team?
Agree. I totally agree with that. Yeah, that makes sense. And I feel like I said, with the Rams adding OBJ, man, they just made this team that much more of a threat, man. And I feel like it's a good pickup for the Rams. Of course, I think it's a good team. I think McVay is going to definitely use OBJ in the right way outside of what the Cleveland Browns did. I feel like he's going to create some plays that's going to get the ball in OBJ's hand to make this team even way more powerful on the offensive side of the ball compared to even, not saying they weren't prior to, but now it's like, ooh, they on a whole new level. If it's still the OBJ of old, that's the thing. We have yet to see if that's still the OBJ of New York.
I think it's a problem for him. I think now with the loss of Robert Woods, it reduces them back to what they were, or just based off what you were just saying. Now you have let's not get it twisted. OBJ is a immense talent, but now you have somebody that's coming in that doesn't know your playbook, and now you're going to have certain things. Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp and Van Jefferson provide them with a couple of things. So adding OBJ was supposed to put them over the top. Now without Robert Woods, and now you have Van Jefferson's probably going to have to move into a role in which he's going to be a lot relied on more. And then now you have a OBJ that's coming in that's basically just running, you know what I'm saying, probably little small routes, or like Coach was just saying, get them over the top, take the top off the defense, move the safety, so that way you put them in position for the underneath. I think now the Rams, as opposed to what we were always looking at, I think now they're going to be reduced. Now, let's not say a reduction. Now it's going to be a situation to where they're just the Rams again, as opposed to being that greatest show on turf 2021. Now it's like, okay, well, we still got the Rams we got 4 in a possible now. We thought we had that Boston. We thought we had 10. Come to find out, nah, we good. You're gonna be able to, we'll get this 8 and keep it pushing.
Do you think do you think Matt Stafford is the Kurt Warner for the Rams 2.0?
Nah, man.
I think so. You got that cannon. That's not what Kirk had.
I feel like Matthew Stafford is definitely better than Kurt Warner was.
But I think, what was that? I think the last game that they played was it? Oh, I forgot who they played. They played the Titans. When they played the Titans, they went to their spread. Let's throw this ball all the way around. But then they came back in the second half and they ran that natural. This is McVay. I love McVay offense. I'm a big fan of, because he does the opposite of what everybody else is doing. So he went back to that play action drag, and I think that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna simplify. They're gonna say, hey, OBJ, hey, look, we're gonna run these play actions. So you're gonna drag across the middle. If the safety stays high, flatten it. Safety comes down, hey, you deepen it, and we're just gonna go off of that. I mean, I think it's gonna be a simple, easy offense, but it's gonna be more towards the run game. And
it's gonna get complex as they go.
And then as time goes, and that's another thing too. We don't really know what OBJ is. He healthy? His shoulder.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. We don't know if it's OBJ.
And that's the crazy thing, because we say that's his shoulder, so that all of a sudden he come out there, he catches one hand, catches again, and making people miss. We were like, he was just because he was in Cleveland. But
is he gonna play? Is he gonna play today? Is he even?
No, they play tomorrow.
Monday.
Yeah,
he's gonna be there.
Is he gonna play?
He's supposed to play. Damn it.
So here's my question: are you putting him as the number one contender in the NFC?
Yes.
Why?
You almost. I don't see how you cannot. Don't get me wrong. The NFC is strong, but I don't see how you cannot. How can you not put them? Because I mean, we talk about the Cowboys, the Cardinals. The Cardinals, we don't even know if Kyler Murray is even playing today. He's a game time decision. Green Bay, we do know Aaron Rodgers is coming back today. They're one, but of course we got the GOAT and the Bucks. But I mean, when it's all said and done, come on, man, with that team, with that all-star team in which we talk about, Coach, I have to say, yeah.
Trey, what you think?
So we talked about the same thing on ASAP in the morning. And so I listened to all of them saying how they basically put the Rams above the Cardinals at this current point. And I was in agreement with them, but this morning I was taking a look at some things. And what came to me is, I mean, although it was against my 49ers and everyone doesn't think that was a game that was worth anything, what I take from that is the Cardinals are still one game, have a one loss on their record, and they're still beating people. And so I don't know. Maybe it is Arizona.
But the thing is, I feel where you're going with it.
If they win today, they got my vote for it. If they are able to put out a win today, they got my vote for it.
Who? The Cardinals?
Arizona. Because I was on a Ram train too. I was like, okay, yeah. As much as it hurts me, yeah, it's LA, especially with this addition. But when I was looking at this morning, they're winning without ODBs and OBJs, and now, so I mean, without their top 5 players, like that takes a lot. So at this point, I'm thinking Arizona is the top team in the NFC.
I mean, I'm not, and I can't argue that. I can't, but. You know, it is. I mean, Arizona did beat the 49ers. That wasn't saying a whole.
Come on, guy. Let's go.
Next topic, coach. Next topic.
No, real quick. So I truly, I don't think the Rams is the number one team. And I say this, I really, and maybe you can say I'm a homer, but I have Tampa Bay. Only reason I have Tampa, one thing about Arizona, the knock on Arizona is staying healthy. Because usually about this time last year, this is where Kyler Murray was all banged up because he didn't finish the season. That's the only knock. With that offense that you run, you put Kyler Murray to take licks. And you can say what he's want. He's 5'8", 175 pounds soaking wet. It is what it is. Play a quarterback. So that's the biggest issue for Arizona. They're good. The offense is good. I love this explosive defense is going to do what they can, but I don't see them finishing. But they got to show me. Rams. One thing about the Rams, man, they're one injury away. We can sit here one injury away. That means Aaron Donald has to, as what happened last year. Aaron Donald has to be healthy. Then when you flip it, you look at Tampa Bay. They're doing nothing but staying healthy. They're getting healthy now. All their injuries was at the beginning of the season.
Hold on, coach. They got 3 people out there. They got 3 people out today.
Yeah, that was. But look what they had from the beginning. They didn't have a secondary at the beginning of the season.
But we talk about the long run, though, coach. You said stay healthy. Stay healthy.
But the thing is, like Gronk is out, AB's out. But guess what? It's not a rush.
Yeah, they got.
It's not a rush. Look, I don't have to rush it, guys. We're 6-2. Saints 5-3 right now.
He should got 7 games.
Yeah, we good.
We had the same thing for the Cardinals, though. I mean, they're sitting the best in the division.
They are.
So all they got. Good.
But listen to what I said, Bishop. They're up there, but they're if you want to do it like this, if you want to say 1A, 1B, I don't care. I have to make sure. I have to make sure that Kyler Murray can make it through the whole season, because right now he's out, and we're in week 10. They have 8 more games to go. That's my biggest knock, because you can't run that offense. You can't do the spread, throw it across the field, run around all day at 5'8", 175 pounds.
Man, you gonna stop cheating that man out of his height, man? That dude
Nah, he say, man, look,
he's 5'10", bro.
No, he's not.
He's not. Kyler Murray is 5'10". Have you been to an Oklahoma game with Kyler Murray? Yeah.
You know he'd have. Come
he's
on.
5'10", bro.
And when you look, and you look at that,
I'm 6'1". He's 5'10", bro.
No, he's not,
bro.
I watched him. He's from Texas.
I know. I'm in Texas.
4 state championships.
I know all of that.
And when he lined up at Oklahoma, his head with that helmet on was right at that Sooner across the O-line chest.
The O-line be like 6'3", 6'4", man. Come on.
Thank you. But anyway, man, let's move on, because I'm not going to talk. Hey, because you don't want to talk about them Sooners right now.
You right. Let's go. Let's move on. Let's move on.
You lucky you should have a special segment, especially just for them.
Yeah, let's move on.
Don't worry. We gonna talk it tomorrow. Right? Tomorrow morning.
Talking NFL. I got an appointment. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Hey, I can't play music because of copyright. But you know, I'm gonna say it like this: it's a bird, it's a plane. Hey, faster than a speeding bullet. Da-da-da. Hey, he's back.
He is.
Cam Newton, he's back.
He is.
He's back, and it's funny. Back
to his old team.
Matt came in and said, "Hey, we gotta find a replacement for Cam." Okay. Terry Bridgewater comes in. Oh, we got to find a replacement for him. Sam Darnold came in, fractured shoulder and everything. Now we got to find a replacement for Sam. Well, let's just go back to Cam and see what happens.
Oh, Cam. Yeah. So, hey, man. This is one of those players. For me, I'm happy. I've talked about it, and I've brought it up on ASAP in the morning. I brought it up on a lot of other things in regards to it. I am surprised Cam has been sitting off in the free agent market this long. I feel like there were so many teams who had an opportunity, who needed to pick up a quarterback in an athlete like Cam Newton, and chose not to do so. So with that, I'm happy for Cam Newton. I'm glad he did get picked up. The Cardinals, I definitely didn't see that. I mean, not the Cardinals, but the Panthers. I definitely didn't see him going back to the Panthers. That was not one of the teams in which I seen him going to try and help. But it is good that he's coming back. Now, the question at hand is, again, like a question in which we had with OBJ was, Cam has been out, at least about 6 months. Has he stayed in the gym? Has he stayed, working on his craft? Has he done what he's supposed to do to continue to be a threat at the quarterback position in the NFL? We're about to see. But this, again, for Cam Newton, this is a tryout for him, because how he plays until Sam Darnold comes back is going to determine whether or not he stays in Carolina or whether he gets released and during the offseason, and whether a team picks him up. This is his resume right now. This is what's going to show whether or not he still has what it takes to be an NFL starting quarterback. That was a starting quarterback, because we all know that's not what Cam wants. We all know that's what Cam wants to be. A lot of people feel like he probably could have got picked up if he was a backup. But everybody knows Cam doesn't want to be a backup. Cam wants to be a starter. And he said it himself, like I said yesterday, he wants to be in the starting position. But I'm happy for the man.
I think he's basically to answer the question if his body's ready. So just like you said, he wants Cam isn't too keen or too big on becoming a backup. I think what has happened is he waited around and he waited for his opportunity to where someone needed a starting quarterback, and now it's just so happened it's his old team that he's coming back to where it all began for him. So I think he's probably ready. In the conference, he said this isn't about a marketing marketing. It's not about selling tickets or anything like that. He's coming back to Carolina to win games. So if that's the mindset, like the old adage, when a person tells you who they are, you gotta believe them. At this point, Cam is telling us that he's ready to go. He's a starting quarterback. He's trying to get the team to the playoffs, and that's what he came to do. So at this point, I'm open to believing him until further in the season where we see where the Carolina Panthers are at that point.
Like Anthony said, I agree with him. I see him working out, but not throwing. He can't really throw as it is anyway. That's going to be the question is really truly going to be is him meshing with Brady, which is the OC. Because if you look, even if you go back to when Brady was with the Saints, Brady was with the LSU Tigers when they won the national championship, and now he's a vertical guy. He likes to throw. He likes to throw deep. He likes the 15, 20 yards.
They got burners.
That's why Terry Bridgewater. That's why he got out, because he's a check down guy. We all know that. So I'm very, very curious of how they're going to use him. And I think that's the one thing. Even Carolina has the matchup to where you don't know. You can't study it right now, because is he going to? Of course, he's going to run the ball because that's what he's great at. He's going to do his quarterback keeps. But is he able to throw the ball? And on top of that, is the receivers able to catch? Like I said before, I mean, Sam Darnold has his faults, but they can't catch the football. They lead the league in drops as a team.
Facts.
And that's why everybody was like, well, Christian's back, everything's better, because you can rely on him, because when he's healthy, he's dependable. So, I mean, but that's still a great matchup. I mean, Christian McCaffrey and Cam, he can check it down to his running back. He can throw it to him. If you give him one read, Cam will be fine. He'll be good. I'm very, very curious how they're gonna mesh together, Cam and Brady, because that's what really just matters about this team.
And do you think? What is y'all take on the fact that they did go back to Cam? Like, they could have probably picked up any other quarterback or someone else. Why Cam?
Who else would you have picked up?
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Look at it. You start talking. I got you. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. What you say now? The Bishop.
Yeah, no, I was saying, yeah, I'm looking. I am looking.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, so I don't think it was anyone else that would have been out there that would have made. I think so. When you look at it, it looks like what's going on. Like PJ Walker, of course we didn't see him as the savior for them at this point that they was on their roster. So you take a look at what's out there. It wasn't, I guess, I haven't looked at, but you're looking at it right now, Bishop. I'm assuming it was slim pickings. So
I'm steady looking, but I don't know. I'm just asking. That was just a question. I was just trying to see if y'all had somebody outside of Cam being able to, because now with the way I look at it right now is the fact that, like any team, if you don't put some type of pressure on a quarterback, they don't have nothing to strive for. And when I say pressure, a backup, a quarterback,
someone to push him
and make him do well. Right now, with Sam Darnold down, it's like Cam can go out there and make as many mistakes as he wants to and not really suffer, because we know next week he's still gonna play because he is all they have.
No. I don't think so.
Go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead, Coach.
I think if he sucks,
what do? You let him? You release him?
Yeah, it depends on how bad he sucks. It's either because of rust or not. I think Cam is in the same boat with OBJ. Like, this is it. Because you think about it. Cam went to the Patriots, and everybody's saying the Patriots is, hey, when it comes to coaching, the best coaches and put you in the best game plan. He got cut.
Mm-hmm.
And he pretty much 10 weeks. He can say, well, he was looking for the right team and blah, 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 blah. If that was the case, you would have tried to went to the Saints. You would have came out. But instead, Carolina's the only team that said, hey, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
So I truly, truly believe if he goes out there 3 weeks and he stinks it up,
you think he's gone?
I think it's done.
He'll become one of those people that they go grab off. In my opinion, he becomes what's his name? I just had his name slip my mind. He played for Philadelphia. He was a Garcia, where you or like a Fitzpatrick, like, you know what I'm saying, one of those backups that, okay, he's probably confident enough to get us some wins, but if there's no need for him, then we're going to keep him on the shelf, or he's going to stay in free agency. So, like Coach was just saying, if he doesn't do well at this stint with the Panthers, then he's probably going to start to fade into obscurity, and he's going to probably become one of those quarterbacks that is always in the talks of being at home on the couch and being a call away, but we don't really want him because we don't want to have him on our roster just to be having him on our roster for the simple fact of, okay, we got Cam Newton as a backup.
Yes, because regardless of the situation, when Cam is good, he's the best person on the field. He's the best person in the locker room. But when Cam is bad, he is terrible in both field and the locker room. So you don't want to deal with all that. But like I said, he has really no excuse. You have two good receivers. You have a running back. So coming in here, this is the best opportunity that you've had in the past.
You in a win-win. He's in a win-win situation. I agree. When I look at it, the people that was out there outside of Cam was Nick Foles. There was Marcus Mariota, Joe Flacco. It really was. You're right. The cream. It wasn't a lot to pick.
And the first two is on somebody's roster. Oh, well, Joe Flacco is too, right? Yeah, isn't Nick Foles still on?
Nick Foles got released.
Oh, he got released? Okay. So, yeah, Nick Foles would have been, yeah.
Yeah, and Joe Flacco, I think he did get picked up. I do think Joe Flacco got picked up. I'm not with
the Jets. What, he's not with the Jets? But they probably got the money.
Yeah. Flacco's with the Jets. That's who it is. Yeah, Flacco's with the Jets.
Yeah, then Mariota, he's still on the Raiders roster.
No, he got released.
Oh, for real? Really?
Yeah, Mariota got released.
Oh, so that's...
Yeah, he got released just like a week ago. He just got released recently.
Okay, well, that'd probably be the best that's left in the in that pool. Right. So maybe. Right.
I'm hoping Cam comes out and be the Cam old, hopefully. But it ain't been a long time since he touched the football. Like I said, 6 months. But we know in 6 months, if you ain't done nothing.
But it's not that he ain't touched the football. It's a different offense from what you was looking at. Like he came in this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it's like, hey, he has to learn the playbook. So again, now they're gonna rely heavy on Christian McCaffrey this week. and a little bit of him running, Cam Newton running the ball.
So you feel like you don't think they're going to come in pass heavy? You think they just gonna come in run heavy?
Heck yeah, you can't come in. Yeah, because you got one thing about it is you got to for Cam for a quarterback, you got to get time in with the receivers. It's cool to go do it, at practice, because you got to realize at practice when you're even playing pickup basketball, you're probably going at a 60, 70 miles per hour.
Right.
But when the game, adrenaline's pumping, fans out there, everything moves so much faster.
Right.
So and that's the thing. You're gonna come in, they're gonna say, "Hey, Cam, let's try to keep it 25. Let's do 25 passes. At the most, depends on how close the game. We need a drive. We might do 30, but we're gonna run. You're gonna tote this thing. You should be healthy. We're gonna tote it about 10, 15 times with you. We're gonna give it to running backs. We're gonna run screens. We're gonna drop it off. I think that's gonna be the game plan for them.
Yeah, and that's smart. That's very smart. I could see that. Definitely don't give Cam an opportunity to lose the game, especially being that he's the first time being back on the field in months. So definitely don't give him an opportunity to lose the game, but put him in a position to be able to win the game, being smart by not, allowing him to throw a great deal of passes. Let his arm warm back up. You know what I'm saying? Let him get back into a rhythm, things of that nature. Will Cam feel comfortable at that? Will Cam be acceptable of being able not to throw the ball as much as he may like to? You know what I'm saying? That's a question.
He don't have a choice. Because at the end of the day, all these owners, all these coaches, they talk to each other. They have conversations. So I guarantee. So Cam has to sit there and do whatever they ask me to do. He has to be on his best behavior because again, he's working for a contract for next year. Like he knows, man. Like I said, you usually when you leave, you get released from the Patriots. Usually you're done. Like you take Chad Ochocinco, when he got released, he was done after that. Like nobody wanted to touch you. I mean, that's the thing. Randy Moss. Like when you get released from the Patriots, usually nobody really fools with you because you got.
Unless you the GOAT.
So you said what?
Unless you the GOAT.
Unless you the GOAT. There you go. You're right.
Unless you the GOAT. But yeah, okay.
Hey, so Thursday night football game, Ravens, Dolphins. It was, man, to me, it was one of the world's sloppiest games. But Tua came in with his fat finger.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it, coach. Don't you do it. Don't do it. Don't give Tua too much credit now. Don't give him a whole lot of credit. Don't give that man that much credit because we talked about it in the morning. Tua, I don't see Tua being in Miami next year. I don't.
No, of course not. He's going because they're finna get Deshaun.
Okay.
I don't see that either.
You think that's gonna happen? That's where you're going with it?
Yeah. You know why we not even gonna talk about Deshaun, but yeah. Hey, look, I'm gonna say this, man. If Houston does it what they're supposed to do, they're doing it the right way. Look, they dangled Deshaun. They dangled him to see who's biting. When the season starts, when the NFL league starts back up again, I guarantee they gonna call Miami like, hey, this was our record. And I think if you had this athlete that's been sitting out, they might hit it because they know they're gonna go with the teams that got the picks. But anyway, we're not even gonna talk about that.
Yeah, Deshaun, we don't know Deshaun's fate yet. So let's
we know the fate.
You feel like you know the fate for Deshaun?
We know the fate for Deshaun.
I mean, but that game between the Ravens, man, no one. I mean, like you said, if you picked the underdog last week, all the way up until Thursday's game or whatever, even though this starts week 10, Thursday's game started week 10. Come on, nobody seen the Ravens losing to the Dolphins. Nobody saw that. But the Dolphins defense looked so good, man. When I say they got after Lamar. Bruh, Lamar was on his toes all game. And that defense looked good. They did what they had to do to come in and rattle Lamar. They sent different blitz packages at Lamar throughout the entire game, and they just kept coming at him. And then when you blitzing Lamar from the left, the right, the middle, it's hard. It's hard for him to be able to do what he's good at doing, and that's getting out of the pocket and being able to create plays down the field, extend plays. And Miami didn't allow that to happen. They did not allow that to happen. And you know, it was some crucial turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Brown turned the ball over. Watkins turned the ball over. So you know, it's some crucial turnovers, and we all know whoever wins the turnover game is going to win the game for the most part. But that game was 3-6 in the third quarter. Come on, I mean, it was what it was. Baltimore came into Miami and got punched in the mouth. It is what it is.
Yeah, they wasn't ready for him, or they game planned perfectly. The scheme was good. I think it was more of a situation where the Dolphins scheme was superior, and the scheme that the Ravens had wasn't ready for that. It was like a positive negative thing. In this case, the positive won out, and it wasn't. They weren't ready for what Miami had for them, and Miami was ready for what they was going to do, and that was a heavy laden offense with Lamar.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with all of you, with both of you. I think that they don't have a receiver.
True.
You don't have a receiver, and now this is the time of the year where it's not schemes anymore. It's just players, because you got enough film on everybody, and they've been struggling. Like the Ravens, they've been in some dog fights
since the beginning of the season, actually.
Yeah, because even if you take
those calls, yeah, they have.
Because they went Colts, Ravens, they won in overtime. They blew out the Chargers because the Chargers is weak. Then they get smashed against the Bengals. Then it was 31-34 against the Vikings, and then, like I said, they were a touchdown away, but Tua came through, and you know he made some stuff happen. I'm just messing with Bishop because he don't like Tua.
Don't say
I know
that.
Why you don't like.
It ain't like that. I don't like him.
I know why you don't like Tua.
Why?
You know, because man, you know what he did to y'all.
I knew what he
did to y'all.
I knew where he was going with that.
And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Ravens, I don't know what it is. What's up with their secondary? They can't make tackles.
They can't cover either.
Because everybody, either when they catch the ball, it's one man missing, they're gone. Like even Dolphins, everybody was wide open. It looked like Waddle looked like he was back in at Alabama again.
I
was like, God,
was balling out.
But again, one thing, the biggest knock for the Ravens, and it's always have been, they can run the ball, but they can't make plays in the pass. You don't have a receiver that can make a play. Fumbles, drops. It's always something that's messing everything up.
They need a premium receiver.
Now Lamar has to hold it. He's not that type of guy.
Got a bunch of twos.
Yeah.
Got a bunch of twos and threes. They don't have a one. They need a true solidified one. They don't have a one. They have a two.
But even with twos, and even with some twos, you can be effective. I just think that their receiving core is average, not even above average. The receiving core is just average, and they're starting to feel the blunt force trauma from that because they got a running back by committee of a bunch of I ain't gonna say washed up or former good players at running back with Bell and Freeman that they have, but they have average receivers, and that's not gonna get it.
Yeah, facts. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with that. Yeah. 100%.
Nah, I agree. I mean, I agree with you. But but the thing is, just catch the ball.
That's it.
No problem. Like those are the things. Like
that's it.
If you catch the ball,
it plays more. It helps the quarterback so much. Yeah, it helps the quarterback so much.
Open everything up.
Helps so much more.
But here we go.
All right,
Gruden suing the NFL.
I heard that. I had missed that. I didn't like. Ugh.
He said he was forced to save face. He said he was forced to resign.
I can believe that, but he's trying to save face. So being that he was forced to resign, he has to show, because we all know Gruden, before he went back to coaching, he was one of the main faces on being an analyst for the NFL. We all know that. And so with that, he's trying to save face. He don't want people to see that he is racist or a
Everything. Just say everything.
all the above
All of the
things
above.
he should all the things he shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people didn't know that outside of only one person, Keyshawn Johnson, knew that. He been saying it for years. He said he been knew, but outside of that, people don't. They just don't. I think he's trying to save face. That's why he want to sue, because he defamation of character. He feels like he wants to save face, and because I'm sure he probably wants to be back, at least if he can't coach, he wants to be back on the screen as an analyst. And he knows that no one is going to come within 100 feet of him with that on his resume.
So we all know that law isn't always about who's right, who's right, who's wrong, guilty or not guilty. It's basically based on the fact of who can prove the other, who can make an argument stronger than the next man. So, on that being said, I think he might believe that he has something, and it's not necessarily about saving face, although that does help because now he'll be able to, like you said, no one wants to take him and put him on the air if this is what you've been described as a racist. The last we've seen, we all know the leagues and sports, you're usually as good as the last thing that you've done. At this point, the last thing you was done was accused of being a racist, and you were forced to resign from the organization that paid you had a contract with you for 10 years. So at the end of the day, he's I think it's more so about, it's something similar to what you basically said, that he's trying to make sure that he's solidifying his future, and that way he can eradicate or remove that racist tag based upon whatever they can find in litigation. And I believe that he might have something there, or else he wouldn't be doing it. He'd just basically be quiet and go his merry way. So maybe he does have something that could at least get that to remove that moniker of him, or at least soften the blows so that way the next time the next job that comes up, next person that comes knocking, next network, he can be like, he can take the job with, of course there's going to be ridicule, but he can take the job knowing that, okay, I'm not going to have to face this all the time compared to what he would be facing now if someone was to pick him up.
Yeah, he don't want them questions coming to him. He don't want, when he does come out from underneath the rocks and behind the shadows, anytime somebody sees John Gruden, that's going to be the very first question that come out their mouth, especially when it comes to reporters and stuff like that. Well, you heard this, you did that. Well, how do you feel? He's trying to get all that erased any way he can.
Man,
does he coach again?
No.
He's done coaching.
Yeah,
not even college.
No,
he's done. Definitely,
he's not going to, because you're not going to get your top players.
Students. Yeah, you're not
going to get your top, because that mom and dad ain't going to let you go there.
No.
But I will say this: he's going to win this case. You know why he's going to win this case? Because he has evidence on a lot of people up in that front office.
You think so, Coach?
Oh, come on, man. He's in that circle. What you gotta realize, you're in that circle. Like you can sit there, you can talk and criticize people and say a lot of things and put out a lot of stuff that happened in the past, regardless of how you look at it. And so he's gonna win this case. NFL is gonna sweep this under the rug, because I guarantee those emails.
You think it's one of those things that's like, hey, they called us, come on out.
Oh,
yeah. So he got a trump card? You feel like he got a trump card?
Oh, yes, sir. Like, look, he did it smart, because this was the plan. And I guarantee the Raiders owner, because that's his boy, they went and talked, and he said, hey, just step down, boom, 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 you get your money back. This is how you get your money back. We can't, because we don't know. We know some of the stuff that you know. We don't know all the stuff that you know, because you got to realize all this started happening with the GM with Redskins. I mean, Washington.
Yeah.
And then his son when he was with Tampa. And then him and old boy for the Raiders, the owner, they're like this. They're boys. So like he didn't want to fire him at first. So I really, truly, truly believe he's gonna get his money and it's gonna get swept under the rug. I said it when they fired him. We did it wrong. NFL did it wrong, because guess what? In a year from now, he's gonna be on a podcast. He's gonna be on some kind of sport cast. He's gonna be on something. He might not be on ESPN. He might not be on CBS. He might not be on Fox. But he's gonna be somewhere where you can sit there, you can talk to him. So I truly, truly believe that it's just a plot to get his money, because he knows too much.
Mm-hmm.
He knows the ins and outs of the NFL. He knows the issues. So he's gonna get his money, and he's gonna move, like whatever money he owed, they're gonna give it to him because the NFL make it hush hush.
Yeah, he's like you said, it's probably something out there. It's probably some things in which is understood. Like, oh yeah, he knows this. Like he wasn't just talking to himself. It wasn't just him and the guy, the GM from the Washington Redskins or the Washington football team now that was just talking and had this. Like they would sit up going back and forth delivering some. It was other people in those emails, I'm sure. And it's just a matter of time, either one before they come out, or like you said, before John go ahead and start spilling the beans. Like, hey, I wasn't the only person in this. Like, you're not going to crucify me and nail me up and say that I was the only person. Like, I can understand that. I could get down with that.
Yeah, because why would you? Because think about it. He never denied anything. He just up and said, I'm done. I'm out. I resign. Because he knows, hey, let it die down a bit.
It was evident that they forced him to resign. Like it's like either you gonna get fired or you gonna which one you gonna do?
Yeah, and we do it, and you do it all the time in business. It's in general. Shoot, they say, hey, either we fire you or you resign and you save face.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what he did. And now he protected the NFL. Because now think about it, no one's talking about it anymore. No one's talking about the emails. No one's asking those questions anymore. Because the one person name that was in it, that was close to it, he left.
Mm-hmm.
He went back in his own little world. So by doing that, guess what? They're gonna slide him his check, and he's gonna be fine. I truly, truly believe it. But
we'll see. I mean, only time will tell whether if that's true. What y'all talking about? I totally understand where you're coming from, though, Coach. I totally get it. I mean, I totally agree. He definitely didn't. He definitely was forced out. You could tell. Because he definitely had no plans. 10-year contract. You really think I'm gonna just quit? No.
Yeah.
No. You're gonna quit. You're gonna be forced to
y'all got video recording of this?
Yeah. Y'all got to show me something. Y'all ain't see me. That wasn't me. Y'all don't know that one. I didn't type that.
I didn't type that.
Yeah, I didn't type that. But I'm just saying. Yeah.
I'm telling you, all 32 owners gonna be in there with Goodall. Hey, they might be on StreamYard or Zoom. Hey, guys, what we doing? Raiders owner gonna say, hey man, he's been in the league and been around us for like 20 plus years, so he know a lot of stuff. I'm just telling you.
It makes sense, Coach. I'm not gonna lie. It definitely makes sense. The fact of the matter that you brought that up is crazy because it do make sense. He has been around the league a long time. He stayed around the league because he was an NFL analyst. So there's things that he does probably have dirt on some people, and it probably possibly could come out later in the fact that, look, man, hey, I Nino Brown, I ain't going. If I'm going down, we all going down. If I'm going down, we all going down. So yeah, I can definitely see that.
Because I guarantee you, wherever you work at, if you've been working there for so many years, you can sit there and say, look at this one. And you hear people when they be talking, look at this one right here. Look at it. No, she ain't coming back to work. Look, she about to take an hour and a half lunch break. Like you know it. You got dirt on everybody because you just sit there and watch. No, they have dirt on them, and I truly
agree.
believe.
Oh yeah, because you're right. We do. We said anywhere we've worked where it was a group of people where we worked around a whole bunch of constituents, and we look at this. Somebody look at him. Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
As soon as you hit the back door,
I hope the manager do come over here and say something to me. I wish he would.
And you ready to tell? Look, you ready to tell. And then when they put you in the office and you sit there and they be like, hey, well, sorry, sir, we're about to let you go. If you're gonna let me go for this, you need to let such and such go for what he did. What's his name back there stealing?
Start spilling the beans.
You start telling on everybody. Like,
oh yeah, boy.
But that's the thing. You got people like that, and so that's what happens. I think they're gonna slide him a check, man. It's gonna be hush hush money, and they're not gonna tell you. And it was so crazy. They're gonna sign a letter that no one can tell you how much the money is, and he's gonna be fine.
Undisclosed amount. Yep. Undisclosed amount. Yep. I agree, but and the thing about it is, it's gonna have to be enough. Excuse me, to take care of him for life because he still won't be able to get back on any networks or do anything else.
Oh, yeah, he will. Yeah, he will. Yeah, he
You
will.
think no, you can't come back on the network after that, bro.
But
Come on, coach.
No. But that's the thing. There's plenty of people that's done it. I can't even think of his name. Trump gave him an award. Not Bill Lambert. I have to look it up. But anyway, he won't be back on ABC. He don't have to see. Thing about it is, like podcasts and like what we're doing, it's so big now.
It is.
You don't have to go. You don't have to go on ABC. You don't have to be on NBC. You don't have to be on CBS. Like somebody's gonna pay him $2 or $3 million to talk football, and sit there and be
just on the radio, or like you say, it's XM radio. Yeah, you're right. Facts.
Yeah, he's XM radio. That's what I'm saying. That's what, because you gotta realize there's still at least 5 to 10 million people still don't care about all the other crap. They just want to hear him talk about football.
You right.
Because they say, because just think about it. They'd be like, oh man, he saw some titties. Who cares? Oh, he talked about this. He talked about this. Who cares? Like there's people that say that. I mean, you can take here's a perfect example. Some people still listen to R. Kelly, regardless of how it is. Like that's how it is. Like I don't care what he did in this, what he did outside of what he made this music. Right. So I think Gruden's gonna be fine. I said that from the beginning. I said they did it wrong. They shouldn't have fired him. But that's a whole nother story. So let's move on. COVID strikes again. Big Ben.
Down goes Ben. Down goes Ben.
This is in the real world, and I'm not in the real world. This is where a lot of people said they've been trying to get Big Ben out. So I guess they said, hey,
if he won't leave, we're gonna do it this way. He won't leave, we'll do it this way. He got COVID. Man, that's it. I've been saying that too. It's Ben is done, man. It's time. It's time. Ben, hang the cleats up. You're not the GOAT. You're not Tom Brady. You don't have the protection like Tom. It's time to let it go, bro. It's time to let it go. And that's one of the teams in which I thought Cam might have went to, because of the fact of how Ben's been playing the line and things of that nature, so forth and so on. I felt like the Steelers would be a team in which Cam would go to. But with that man, Ben, I don't know, man. It's Ben should go. Tomlin, I'm sure, is almost kind of sort of about to hit the hot seat. You know, this is his first season where he's almost on a losing record. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
You think Tom is on the hot seat?
On the verge of getting on the hot seat. And the reason why I say that, this is him, and this is why I say that, Coach. For one, and I know a lot of people ain't gonna want to hear this, but I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. He's black. So anytime a black coach has a possibility of looking bad, he's automatically on the hot seat. He's automatically going to be on the hot seat because he's been in Pittsburgh for so long and has such a successful season, or had such success with being the coach for the Steelers. The one opportunity he has to have a losing season, they're going to ridicule him. Like they always say, everybody sees fault for the one bad thing you've done, but they ignore all the good things you've done. And this is the time when they're going to look at it and be like, it's time. I feel like he's headed toward the hot seat. If they don't finish above 500, I really feel like they're going to put him on the hot seat.
I think he's built too much equity for that. Like he's got too much, like you said, he hasn't had a losing season since taking over the Steelers. So I think he has too much equity built up in that. And you'll say, and then the Steelers are going. I don't think the Steelers are going to sell him down the river for that. Now, what I do foresee is,
I'm not saying Trey they're going to get rid of him. I'm just saying he's going to be on the hot seat though. I'm not saying they're going to get rid of him yet. I'm not saying they're going to say, "Oh, you're done. You had one losing season. He's out the door." No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying now it's kind of like, all right, the front office, I feel like they're going to have all eyes on him because now they have their first losing season.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go.
I was about to say, because I think they, although they have consistently won every season, had a winning season, some of those seasons is just been by the skin of their teeth. So I think if that was the rhetoric that they already have that. Like, okay, he's, you know, saying, I think it goes up a couple of degrees every season. That is like a average or a little above average season for them. That he take that into consideration. And I think if he was on, if he had a hot seat, I think it would have already been exaggerated more already. In which we would already be having conversations about when is the next coach or who's the next coach potentially for the Steelers. More so, we hear who's the next quarterback for the Steelers. So I think he's safe even after even technically even with a losing season this year. I think he'd still be safe. But I think if he was to lose this year, we start hearing that conversation about when is it going to be a change of the guard for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
But this is the thing. I don't think, right after this, Coach, go ahead. I think this is the thing, because of the fact of Big Ben. That's the reason why he won't get fired. Because I feel like the front office, I feel like they feeling like, oh, you know, we can't really fire him because Ben is pretty much on his last leg.
Yeah.
So he really ain't had nothing to work with. So we can't let Tomlin go because
they haven't put no one behind him yet.
Right. Yeah. We can't let Tomlin go because of Ben. But however, we need to bring someone in to help Tomlin to make this team great again. So that's why I feel like they won't push him out the door, because I feel like they put a lot of it on Big Ben because Big Ben is on his last leg.
I'm very sure that's coming, because they went and got Najee, so they brought back a running game.
Exactly.
They got a receiving core. Their defense is still top defense now.
Now
it's
they
like
need the quarterback.
Yeah, the line and the quarterback.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's it. Go ahead, Coach.
I think if this was any other team, I was like, yes. One thing about it, man, you gotta understand, Pittsburgh, they only had 3 coaches in their entire
historic
history.
That's crazy.
So they don't worry about what people say in the news.
Yeah, they run their organization, how they run their organization.
This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that. And I think, and then on top of that, you look at who they're gonna get. Like, you fire Tomlin today, Green Bay's gonna fire their coach. Jaguars gonna fire theirs. Pete Carroll, I like what he's doing, but they're gonna get him out. Like there's gonna be Minnesota's gonna fire theirs. Like the Giants fired. Like I'm telling you, if Tomlin gets fired, there are 17 plus college teams that's gonna be like, you know what?
Yeah, they have talked about college teams too. Yep.
Like hey, so I think they're not stupid. They're like, what's out here? Let's keep what we got. And besides, everybody keeps saying the Steelers this, Steelers this, Steelers this. Man, they're 5-3. If the playoffs end today, they're in there. They're in there. Like, they're in there. They play the Lions tonight. Well, today, guess
Easy
what?
Win.
Should be. Yeah, I think this is, like I said earlier in the week, I think this is the game that where Lions get their W, and it just made it a little bit easier with yeah.
That's
so
be true.
They'll beat the Lions. My pick. I'm
with the backup?
Yeah. The Chargers, it's their soft team. You can say what you want. They don't like that physical.
But
they
that's
don't like
an open air game, though. You can't. That's like a 50-50 chance of either one of them teams winning. That's a 50-50 chance.
And I take my chance. I'm still ride with Mike, man. That's the thing about it. I just truly believe, and I picked Pittsburgh Steelers because everybody's like, well, we can't win with Ben. We can't win with this. You don't need Ben to win the game. You can manage the game.
Yep, that's not lose it. Yep.
That's the thing about it is you say, Ben, hey, Ben, don't throw stupid stuff. Take the sack. Matter of fact, don't even take the sack. Just fall.
Throw the ball. Yeah, just fall.
Just fall down. It's gonna be a long fall for you because you're old, like Frankenstein out there, but just fall.
Yeah.
So I think that's, and then we're gonna run the ball and we're gonna see if we can get the one-on-ones.
That Najee carry.
Yeah. We're gonna try to out-coach you. Now, and that's the thing about it. We're gonna try to out-coach you on the offensive side. Defense, release them. Go get them. Go sit. Hey, that's all. Look, go TJ. And that's all they're gonna do. I think and they're gonna try to get advantage on special teams. They're just gonna play playoff football with an average, below average quarterback. You're not asking for much. You're just asking for, hey, just do that's enough. Just like I think Randolph is starting today. Guess what, Randolph?
Mason.
Yeah. I'm not asking for much. Take your time. Just do a little bit.
Just enough to get the win, not to lose it. Yeah, basically get enough to get us the win, not to lose it. Yeah,
And the good thing about it is the difference between last week with the Packers. Aaron Rodgers found out Friday, so they didn't get no reps. They were already getting reps because Ben didn't practice this week, so he took less reps this week anyway.
Yeah, right.
So they kind of already had it set, not just set thinking he was gonna get COVID, but they was just. I mean, he's an older guy, so he don't need all that reps. He knows the game, so they should be fine. So I think they got a whole week of knowing what they got and then playing. I think they'll be good. Speaking of COVID, AA runs back. Speaking of Packers.
And they got a good game because Aaron's back and Russell's back.
Russ is back.
That's gonna be a good game.
It is. We're gonna see.
A good game. That's gonna
we is gonna see.
That's gonna be.
Hey, so what we're gonna do? We're gonna pick our games this week. We only got like 15 more minutes left in the show, so we're gonna pick our games. Here's what each game, whoever you pick. I want to look at him. I don't know why you rubbing your hands like you're gonna do so because you was terrible.
Everybody was terrible last week, Coach. Don't do that.
No, okay, you're right. So let me say this. I was terrible, but Mr. Bishop, sir, use what we call in Texas. I don't know if they call it over in Oklahoma. We call you dumpster juice. Hey, you that juice at the bottom of the trash can. But if it gets on you feel like it's acid.
It's okay.
Your okay.
Watch this bounce back, Trey.
I hear this chitter chatter. So what we gonna do? I want you to pick your team. I want you to pick why. So don't just pick it. You explain why, and we'll go with that. Here we go. 12 o'clock game. Buccaneers, Washington.
Who you want me to go first? I'll go first.
Trey, go first. Go Trey, because Bishop long-winded.
Of course, the Buccaneers, they coming back off a bye, I think, last week. Washington is still trying to get it together, so I foresee this as, for all the reasons we discussed earlier, this is just going to be an easy win. Buccaneers.
Go Bishop.
Hey, too easy, man. We talking about the GOAT. Come on, it's enough said. There's nothing else to say about that. The Bucs, GOAT himself, it is what it is.
Hey, you already know what I'm rolling with. TB12. TB12. He's sitting up there saying, oh, y'all talking about the Cardinals? Okay. Y'all talking about the Rams? Oh, you put the Cowboys ahead of me? Because he probably looking at ESPN. He's probably on YouTube right now. Look at these fools. Everybody don't want to talk about it. That's okay. Hey, he's sitting there like this. That's all he's just sitting there doing this. That's okay. Y'all must have forgot. We'll be right there. Because everybody picks. Everybody say, well, I got Tampa Bay like 4. I got Tampa Bay field. Okay. So I got Tampa Bay. Washington defense is trash. They not what they used to be. It is what it is. They finna throw this thing all across the field on them. So, here we go. Falcons, Cowboys. Last time they played, it was a good game.
I got the Cowboys. I don't think what happened to the Cowboys last week was more so of a fluke. We had Dak just coming back. They wasn't ready. I don't foresee them. The Falcons don't have enough. They're put together. They have enough to be average or above average, maybe possibly even make the playoffs, be in contention. But I don't think they have enough to beat the Cowboys this weekend.
I gotta go with the Cowboys, even though how much it hurts my heart to say that because I can't stand them Cowboys. But it is what it is. The Cowboys did get exploited last week. They showed you who they truly were last week, I feel like. But Matty Ice just doesn't have it enough to beat the Cowboys. We all know they play each other real well, but they're playing in Jerry's world, and it's hard to beat the Cowboys in Jerry's world. I'm taking the Cowboys.
I think this is a must-win for the Cowboys. This is a must-win because if you lose, you finna hear nothing but hate on supposedly America's team. So I truly, truly believe. Supposedly, I don't think it was America's team, but hey,
that's the word on the street.
But I know for a fact how you got beat, how you got embarrassed against the Broncos.
Woo.
I truly, truly believe that this is a must win. So I'm a ride with the Cowboys because y'all got to win. I need you. Here we go. We got Saints, Titans. Keep in mind, I don't know if you know that the Saints everybody's hurt. Running backs hurt, receivers hurt.
Yeah, Camaro's out.
Camaro's out. Yep. The DN's out.
I'm going with the Titans in this one. If the Titans are who they say they are last week with their defense, then they're going to smother Simeon and a Kamara-less offense for the New Orleans Saints. And it's basically, I'm a huge believer in defense wins ball games, and the Titans got a defense. So I have the Titans winning this one.
I gotta go with Trey, man. I'm gonna take the Titans, even though the Titans don't have who I consider to be the MVP and one of the top end for the MVP race, and Derrick Henry, who's out as well. But the Titans look good. Titans beat a team who, of course, didn't have OBJ last week, but they still beat them. And even without OBJ, we know the Rams were good. The Saints, with all them injuries, especially without Kamara, I just can't see them going into Tennessee, the Batcave, and winning this game. So I'm taking the Titans.
Yeah, I have the Titans also. I mean, they rolling. Right now, you can say what you want. You can say, I know people still say the Bills and all these other teams. Titans is the team to beat right now because they hot and they making things happen, man. So I'm also picking the Titans. Here we go. We got Jags and Colts.
Toilet bowl. The toilet bowl. That's what I call it.
As much as I want to go with the Jags because I think they might have enough to beat the Colts, I'm going with the Colts, man. John Taylor and that rushing attack is potent, and he's showing that, hey, Derek, he's not here right now. I'm here right now. So I foresee, even with Wentz has enough to get for check downs and get the ball, make bonehead plays sometimes. I think John Taylor and Naheem Hines is going to be enough with that rushing attack, and they're going to be able to hold on. So Colts.
Who you got, Bishop?
Oh, yeah. Even though the Jaguars beat the Bills last week, which was another of them fluke games, I gotta go with Indianapolis Colts, and it hurts me to say that because of Carson Wentz bum behind. I do not like that dude, but I feel like he's gonna be able to do enough against this Jaguars defense to pull out a win in Indianapolis. So I'm gonna take the Colts.
I'm with you, man. I got the Colts. I don't trust the Jaguars. I think they're below average team.
They ain't showed enough.
So honestly, truthfully, the Colts, man, should be 6-3. But hey, it is what it is because they tricked off some games. But I'm gonna ride with them. Here we go: Browns versus Pats. Bishop goes first because I already know who he's gonna pick because he's a homer. Go ahead.
I know. So the Browns.
Look, because before you say your little joke, just want you to know he's still an average quarterback. So go ahead.
Here we go. Everybody hate on Baker Mayfield, man. Why y'all hating on this man? This man played lights out last week without OBJ. It seems OBJ leaves.
No, you running around the question. Give me the pick.
I'm taking the Browns. I'm taking Baker Mayfield and the Browns, bro. I'm taking Baker Mayfield. I know everybody's riding high on Mac Jones and all of that, but I'm taking the Browns to go into New England and get this upset.
I think I'll go opposite of you on this one, Bishop, just for shock value. So I'm going with the Patriots only because Harrison is starting to become a difference maker. And then of course, like you just said, Mac Jones is doing things in which no one expected. It's starting to show maybe a tad bit of why he was selected as opposed to Cam Newton. I think the Patriots are going to be able to pull this one out.
I'm going with the Patriots because guess what? You doing all this and that. You said everybody keeps saying he had a good game last week. Of course, you're gonna have a good game when your running backs run for almost 200 some yards. Like, duh. So again, I'm gonna ride with the Patriots. I don't trust the Browns. I never did trust the Browns. I don't believe in what you got on paper with the Browns. So I'm gonna ride with the Pats because that's another team that's finally figuring it out and they rolling.
We gonna see.
Bills versus Jets.
Do we even have to pick this game?
Hey.
Do we even have to pick this?
Hey, game? They look good once they took Wilson out.
Of course, you know it's going to be the Bills. I got the Bills for this one. I mean, they're going to bounce back from last week. They was thoroughly, I'm very sure, embarrassed by taking a loss to the Jaguars, being the springboard for now the Jaguars to be talked about getting another win, stringing together some wins. But I don't think I think the Cinderella story ends for the underdog with the Bills, and the Bills walk away with this one.
Man, there's nothing even to talk about, man. It really isn't. The Bills took a loss last week. They definitely going to bounce back this week against the Jets. The Jets, they not finna take 2 losses to 2 bad teams in the NFL. That's not going to happen. I got to go with the Bills.
Well, I'm picking the Bills, but I don't trust the Bills. So everybody's been high on the Bills. Everybody's been high on Josh Allen. I say it like this: when Josh Allen has to throw the ball for 40 plus times, they lose. When that running game doesn't rush for 100 yards, they lose. He has to show me something.
Well, that sounds like a Jets pick to me, Coach. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like a Jets pick to me.
Hey, but you know what? Honestly, truthfully, if I really knew, like that quarterback that I can't even think his name, if I knew he was healthy, then I would have rolled with the Jets. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would have rolled with the Jets.
He got 1 win under the belt.
No, and he was good. He was balling.
He
was winning. He was doing his thing. He was scoring until he hurt his arm. So I don't know how bad of an issue that was. Like I said, I'm not a Jets fan. I didn't look into it like that. So I'm gonna do the safe bet. I'm gonna go Bills. Here we go. Lions versus Steelers. I'll go first. I'm gonna go Steelers.
Yeah,
you know
please,
why?
I want to hear this.
Because everybody want to sit there and say Mike Tomlin is on the high seat. Man, Mike Tomlin don't care about that. Oh boy, I can't think of their name. They came in. The owners of the Steelers said, "Hey man, don't listen to this crap. Keep doing what you're doing. We 5-3. We on the verge of making the playoffs. We Paul being so we good. We got Uncle Ben back there. We good. Don't even worry about that. Just keep doing what you're doing." And you know what he say? Yes, sir. And that's it. So I'm gonna go with the Steelers. Lions, you're gonna lose another one because I don't trust you.
I'm going with the Lions. I think the Lions have been knocking on the door to get the win. They've been playing close games. Everything hasn't been a blowout. They just haven't been able to close the deal. It's about time for Mr. Dan Mitchell to get his first win. I think it starts with the Pittsburgh Steelers that don't have a Ben Roethlisberger because I don't believe in what's the backup for Mason Rudolph. I just don't think he's it right now, and with this short week, I don't foresee it. So I think the Lions get their first win today.
You know what is crazy? It is crazy as it may sound. I totally understand where you come from. Mason Rudolph is not that dude, man.
It don't have to be.
He needs to do enough though, and I don't think he has enough to do it. Mason Rudolph, we all know about the debacle that happened a season ago or 2 seasons ago when he got into that big scuffle and all of that. Mason Rudolph has a lot of learning to do, and I don't think he's all the way there yet. However, I'm still pick the Steelers because I feel like, I'm going with Coach. I feel like Mike Tomlin is going to game plan enough to get Mason Rudolph to not lose the game for them. That's what I think. So I'm going with the Steelers.
Say, Trey, you see Bishop is trying to follow. He's trying to pick the same picks as me.
No, I'm not.
So he got to say face. Hey, I can't let Coach call me dumpster juice.
No, I'm not. Wait,
I
know it's some picks coming right here.
Talk about me like that.
No, it's some picks coming right here. Watch this.
Man, I'm from Oklahoma. I can't let him talk about me like this.
Let's go.
Hey, here we go. Panthers, Cardinals. Very, very good game. I'm gonna ride with the Cardinals. I think D-House is supposed to be playing today. I don't know what Cam can do. So I'm gonna take the safe bet again. I think that, like I said, they're gonna try to run ball 25 times. If they pound it in, I think that's one of the biggest weaknesses for the Cardinals. They can't really stop the run. But there's nobody on the outside where you're really afraid of, plus Cam throwing, so you can kind of load the box. So I'm gonna ride out with the Cardinals.
I'm gonna go with the Cardinals too, man. Real quick, we don't know if Kyler Murray is gonna play. It's a game time decision, but D-Hop is supposed to be back, and I feel like with D-Hop, that's still a great chance of you winning. They won last week without Kyler Murray or D-Hop. Like you said, Cam is coming back, so we don't know what to expect from Cam, stuff like that. So I gotta roll with Arizona right now. I feel like, and they playing at home, so I'm taking the Cardinals.
Oh, I guess it's a clean sweep. I'm going with the Cardinals too, as well, only because I know that Cam isn't going to be playing. They're going to start with PJ Walker, so it's going to be a little bit different. I think PJ Walker is probably going to be pressured a lot by that Arizona Cardinals defense, and then I think McCoy has enough to get it done with a D Hop that's on the other side of the field, or that's on the other player as the number one, coming back as the number one. So yeah, Cardinals.
Vikings versus Chargers. I'm gonna go with the Chargers. I'm still ride with them. I think the Vikings is a soft team, just like the Chargers. So like you have to physically abuse the Chargers. They're real weak on the defense. They're very, very soft team. But I don't think the Vikings have enough. Like I said, they got their issues on and off the field. So I'm gonna ride with the Chargers.
Yeah, I agree with you on the Chargers. Although I think the Chargers have a pretty good offense. They got a big running back in Eckler. Haber is starting to show that he's a pretty good quarterback, putting up big numbers. But of course, I've always said that I believe that the Vikings has a pretty good running game and receiving core. It's just that Kirk Cousins is just inconsistent at times, and due to the off the field issues, as we see, that probably was some of the reason why the debacle was for the Raiders this past week. It's gonna rear its ugly head in Minnesota, and that's gonna give the Los Angeles Chargers the edge. So I got the Chargers.
All right, Bishop, you keep muting yourself, man.
My bad. Justin Hebert, he threw for almost 300 or 400 yards against the Eagles, and you know. He already has 200 and almost 300 yards per game and 18 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Hebert. So I'm gonna go with the Chargers, LA Chargers, man, in this game, because I just feel like that. Yeah, they just got enough. The Vikings, like you said, Trey, boy is just not. I don't think he got enough to get him over the Chargers. So I'm taking the Chargers.
Yep, I'm like Zach said, man. They DBs can't stop nothing. All right, here we go. Here we go. Eagles and Broncos.
I will go first. Thank you very much.
Go ahead.
You know I'm taking them Eagles, baby. I know y'all all riding high on the Broncos because what they did to them Cowboys, but the Cowboys are who they say they were. The Cowboys were who we say they were. They hadn't played nobody. And it showed. The Broncos came out and punched them dead in the mouth, almost held them to a goose egg. But we, the Eagles, are gonna show you who the Broncos is this week. So I'm riding out on Jalen Hurts, and all of us we gonna come into the Broncos, Mile High Stadium, and do what we gotta do and get this dub. Let's go, fly Eagles, fly, fly Eagles, fly. Let's go.
So what we're not going to do is change the narrative of saying that the Broncos was able to show who the Cowboys was, and then change it to fit the narrative of an OU bias and a Philly Eagle bias. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and say that the Broncos are going to walk away with this win. You have Gordon, who's been having a nice season, slowly but surely ascending and showing that he is still a person to be worried about in this organization. The Broncos got Sutton, and they got Judy back, so now they have a receiving core that can take the top off the field, take the top off the defense, and open up for intermediate passes. I just don't see it with the Eagles. They're running back by committee now, and that's not a pretty good committee. It's just not there for this game, so I'll go with the Broncos.
I'm going with the Broncos. Teddy check down is gonna check it down, and we're gonna look. You're gonna see this first down. So I just heard. I don't think they're gonna load the box and just try to make sure Hurts beats them over the top, and I don't really see it. So I'm gonna go. I'm riding with the Broncos. I know you're a fan. Here we go. Seahawks. We run out of time. Seahawks, Packers. I go first. I'm gonna go with the Packers because look, man, y'all can say what you want. Russell Wilson he's been out for a month and a half. That defense is suspect, is vulnerable, and I think Aaron Rodgers, he really didn't miss anything. He took a week vacation, so he'll be fine. And the narrative is gonna change, and everybody on Monday is gonna sit there and say, "Hey, the Packers are back." You're gonna see Freddie. He's a bad man. So I'm gonna ride with the Packers.
I gotta go with the Packers too, man. When that man, when like Freddie said, that bad man comes back, it's hard to beat that man. And they playing in Green Bay. I just like Coach said, with Russell being out as long as he's been out, I think Russ gonna have to knock off some of the rust. So I'm going with the Pack.
I agree with you, gentlemen. So it'll be another clean sleep. It's just one of those things in which I think the Packers has more of a run game than the Seattle Seahawks does. With Russ coming back, he's still going to be a little rusty, most likely from that throwing hand. Have to get it in. This I don't see this being this week, so I got the Pack over Seattle.
Here we go. Chiefs, Raiders. I go first if you want me to. I got the Chiefs. One. I believe in Pat Mahomes. I can say what you want. Hey, maybe it's a Texas bias, especially East Texas bias. That's where we both from.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in that. I believe in Pat Mahomes. Next thing, Raiders. You don't, man. Raiders is in trouble. They got all kinds of issues, injuries, coaches, players. So I truly believe. Now you see the Chiefs. If they get this win, that'll get them 6-4. Raiders will be 6-4. But the Raiders are always, even in the past, they always start out good and then they always end bad. So I'm riding with the Chiefs.
I'm taking the Raiders just because the coach took the Chiefs and his biased team, his biased quarterback over there. That's why he wanted. Y'all always talk about my bias and my Eagles, and because of Jalen Hurts, I'm taking the Raiders. I think Carr is going to do enough to win at home in Las Vegas. They playing on their own field. We know the Chiefs can't stop a cold in the coldest place in the world. Their defense is horrible. They're not going to be able to do anything against the Raiders when defensively. So I'm taking the Raiders.
Bishop, can I ask you one question?
Mm-hmm.
If Pat Mahomes was a free agent, he said he wanted to come to the Eagles, would you sign him?
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
so
anybody.
That's it. Trey, go.
Anybody.
Okay, I'm about to mute him. That's it.
So I don't have a dog in a fight, so I don't have a bias in any way, form, or fashion. But I believe the Chiefs are going to be victorious in this one, which I'll be taking the Chiefs. It's just a matter of some of the same questions, same issues in which we talk about off the field issues is still mounting. You got Deshaun Jackson is coming in to hopefully replace Ruggs, but he has to get to know the system, and I think it's a little bit too early. So in this one, given it under other circumstances, I probably would have went with the Raiders, but for this week, I got the Chiefs.
You're gonna take the lid off that joint. Watch what I tell you.
Hey, it don't matter. Chiefs defense actually is getting better though. So here we go. This is the game Monday night. Rams versus the 49ers.
Let Trey go first. That's his squad. Let Trey go first. That's his squad.
It is my squad. It is my squad. You know what I'm saying? Bang, bang, Niner gang to the end. But I'm a realist. And the 49ers just ain't clicking. That defense in which we have is being exposed. You only can do so much for the ends. We our core, it was just a little depleted. We started to have problems in the secondary. I just don't see it this week. So, especially after the thrashing that we took from last week from an Arizona team that was depleted just as we were, where I thought we would have been better, I got the Rams.
So I'm gonna make it easy for you. So anytime a true fan bets against a team, it never works out for them. It never works out for him. So because of the fact that Trey went against his own team, that has me to believe that his team has a possibility of winning. So with that being said, I'm taking the Rams. Anyway, because I feel like Matthew Stafford is going to butcher them boys. And he's finna butcher the devil out. And that defense, the 49ers can't do nothing with that defense. It's not even possible, bro. It's not even possible. That's an easy pick. I got the Rams.
Well, I got the Rams. I picked the 49ers last week since I thought they were going to beat the Cardinals. And then, you know what? I watched the game and I said, man, the 49ers is who we thought they were. Not a really good team. Trey, I know that's your team, but they are who we thought they were. And I tried to give them home like, man, they win. Because look, I had it broke down. Man, they win this week. Boom. They get backdoored against the Rams. I'm thinking, okay, they're making a series, making a playoff race. Man, I saw that slaughterhouse.
Not on duty.
Colt McCoy. I was like, oh, wrap it up, D. Wrap it up. They just need to go ahead. And you want to sit there and talk about hot seats. Cal should be on the hot seat.
Yeah, I can see
If you go put Tomlin on there, Cal should be on the hot seat.
The reason Kyle can't be on the hot seat is because if Kyle's on the hot seat, that means that Lynch is on the hot seat too, because they came in at the same time and they asked for 6 years. And so if both of them are on the hot, of course,
if one of them's got to be on the other.
So the only way that's going to happen is if the owner decides to fire them both, because I'm very sure Lynch ain't going to step down because he got to fire Kyle. So
yeah. Last game, Thursday night game, Pats versus Falcons. I'm gonna ride. It's in Atlanta. Hey, I'm gonna go with the Pats. It's gonna be. Hey, that's who I'm gonna ride with. Sorry, I see you looking. You thinking, Trey? Not Trey. Bishop.
That's a hard one. Golly, that's a hard one. I'm gonna go with the Pats though. I'm going to win, even though they played in Atlanta. That's a Thursday game. Trey, we're gonna be there. That's the game. We'll be there that day.
Oh yeah, you correct. You are right.
We'll be there.
You're right.
Yeah, but I'm still gonna go with the Pats, man.
Damn, I wish I would have knew that ahead of time.
Atlanta. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Actually, I want to take a look at something. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going with the Pats, man. Mac Jones, like I said, Matty Ice. I think Matty Ice is on his last leg, like Ben. I feel like them two right there on their way out the door. Matty Ice is just not the Matty Ice of old. So I got to go with Mac Jones and Bill Belichick and with the Patriots and win on the road.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll stay with the Patriots. I just don't think Falcons has got it. They're lacking. They're still number one receiver. Their number one receiver. Their best player is a converted receiver. Matty Ice, like you said, Matty Ice is starting to diminish and it's starting to show. He's about to be one of those quarterbacks like we see. He's talking like Cam, where he's gonna get the call when a team needs a quarterback is lacking.
Yes, sir.
Be a mentor.
Yes, sir. I'm with you. Well, fellas, hey, this week in the books, man. Hey, it was great having you, Bishop and Trey. Hey, we should do this again.
For sure.
Everybody,
I gotta come back so we can talk about this great picks I did. So I'm definitely coming back.
Well, you come on back. You come on back.
You already know it's
Dumpster Juice. You come. Sunday. Hey, until then, everybody. Hey, thank you for watching. Hey, we out.
Roll fight.
Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making a place. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. Sport all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports all plays. All sports all plays. We on top of our game. All sports all plays. All sports all plays.